In 2010, television audiences were introduced to a brand new kind of reality series that struck gold literally. Long before cryptocurrency coins and internet memes became modern obsessions, viewers were drawn into the timeless allure of gold dust and treasure hunting. But this wasn't just a show about shiny nuggets. It was about real miners, real families, and dreamers willing to risk everything for fortune in the unforgiving Alaskan wilderness. Each season unfolded like an unpredictable adventure. Unknown faces suddenly became household names, while others disappeared after controversy or failure. Some stars went on to chase Hollywood dreams, while others simply returned to everyday life, their time in the spotlight over. Today, we take a journey back to reveal 18 Gold Rush stars and see where they are now. One of the most unforgettable names in Gold Rush history is Parker Schnabel. Born on July 22, 1994, Parker became a breakout star at an incredibly young age. Practically overnight, Parker's story began with his grandfather, John Schnabel, a man who had mining running through his veins. John purchased the now famous Big Nugget mine back in 1984 at the age of 68, and astonishingly, this was shortly after undergoing a triple bypass surgery. For him, the mine wasn't just about gold. It was a way to stay active, engaged, and purposeful. The Big Nugget mine gained recognition in the early seasons of Gold Rush and became a centerpiece when John entrusted its management to his teenage grandson during Season 2. Under John's strict but loving guidance, the mine processed an impressive 200 tons of pay dirt every single day. Parker, who was only 16 when he joined the show, quickly showed he was no ordinary teenager. His natural talent, sharp instincts, and impressive business sense made him stand out from the crowd almost immediately. Fans were captivated, and Parker soon became a fan favorite off-screen. Parker's personal life has been more private. He once dated Ashley Yule, but the relationship ended, in part, due to the intense demands of his career. He has remained unmarried, openly admitting that mining is his top priority. Unlike some cast members who simply carried on family legacies, Parker carved his own path. Instead of sticking to the family operation, he built his own team and developed new mining sites. Now known as Parker Schnabel Mining, what set him apart was his modernized approach. He wasn't afraid to use data, technology, and advanced mining techniques to maximize gold recovery. His success story is a blend of grit, strategy, and intelligence. Even today, Parker continues to appear on Gold Rush and operates extensive mining projects across multiple sites. If Parker is the prodigy, then Tony Beets is the king. Often called the King of the Klondike, Tony became one of the show's most popular and unforgettable personalities. Born in 1959 in the Netherlands, Tony's story is one of resilience and determination. In his 20s, he immigrated to Canada, desperate to change his circumstances. At first, he worked grueling labor jobs just to get by. But everything changed when he discovered the world of gold mining in the Yukon Territory. By the time Gold Rush premiered, Tony was already a successful Yukon miner. What set him apart on screen was his fiery personality, his frequent use of strong language, and his larger-than-life presence among workers. His no-nonsense, tough-as-nails attitude earned him both respect and fear. Tony wasn't there to play games. He was there to dig gold and run a tight operation, despite his intimidating work persona. Tony is a loyal family man. He has been married to his wife, Minnie Beets, for decades, and she occasionally appears on the show. Together, they raised several children, many of whom followed their parents into the mining business. Their son, Kevin Beets, has become a significant figure, taking on many of the family's responsibilities. Tony is also famous for owning some of the largest and most advanced mining equipment on the show, including the only running dredge in the Yukon. His massive operations produce staggering amounts of gold each season, making him one of the wealthiest and most successful figures in Gold Rush. What keeps him relevant after so many years is his ability to evolve. Tony consistently invests in new equipment, fresh mining claims, and modernized methods, all while mentoring his family in the business. All right, we've only got 7 or 8 feet over gravel sitting on the pay. That familiar line belongs to Rick Ness, a man whose path to gold mining was unlike most of his peers. Rick first joined Gold Rush as a member of Parker Schnabel's crew, but his background was far from traditional. Before mining, Rick was a musician. The struggling band couldn't provide the financial stability he needed, forced to seek other opportunities. Rick discovered a new passion for working with pay dirt. He quickly developed a reputation for his tireless work ethic, though his fiery temper sometimes caused tension. Over time, his presence became impossible to ignore, and fans recognized him as one of the show's most driven personalities. Rick's personal life has largely remained private. While he's shared glimpses of past relationships, he has admitted how difficult it is to maintain a healthy work-life balance with such a demanding career. After years with Parker, Rick made the bold decision to go independent. His journey from employee to boss played out on screen, showing viewers the raw challenges of starting a mining operation in an already saturated region. His independent journey has had mixed results. Some seasons brought him more challenges than gold, while others delivered strong paydays. But one thing is certain: Rick Ness refuses to quit. He continues to appear in current seasons with his crew, learning from mistakes, pushing forward, and carving his own legacy in the goldfields. Want to run Monster Red? You've got 2 weeks to start, and you've got a serious decision to make. Those words capture the spirit of Todd Hoffman, one of the original pioneers of Gold Rush. Todd wasn't just another cast member. He was the SD, man who helped launch the entire franchise. When the show first premiered, he was front and center, leading one of the very first mining crews. Unlike Parker or Tony, Todd didn't inherit mining experience or family claims. His background was rooted in aviation and construction. In fact, he owned an airport construction company in Oregon. But the 2008 financial crisis hit him hard. As the recession crushed businesses across America, Todd's company collapsed, leaving him in severe financial trouble. Faced with mounting debts and dwindling options, Todd took a wild gamble: gold mining in Alaska. At first glance, it looked like a fool's errand. Todd dragged along his family and close friends, none of whom had meaningful mining experience. Viewers tuned in as this group of baby miners learned everything the hard way in the brutal Alaskan wilderness. Yet Todd's trademark optimism became their saving grace. When everything seemed hopeless, his relentless positivity kept his crew going. Todd is married to Shauna Hoffman. Together they have children. But the toll of mining life weighed heavily on his family. The endless financial pressures, constant stress, and long absences from home-created strain, sometimes spilling into the show itself. Todd openly admitted how hard it was to balance his mining ambitions with his responsibilities as a husband and father. Throughout his years on Gold Rush, Todd's crew struggled with consistency. More often than not, their gold totals fell short, and problems like poor ground selection, faulty equipment, and lack of experience haunted them. Although there were moments of triumph, his operations were generally less profitable than those of his rivals. Eventually, even his boundless optimism couldn't save him from the stress and drama. Todd left the show in Season 8, but his story didn't end there. In 2022, Todd launched a new series, Hoffman Family Gold, which followed him, his father, and his son as they attempted to revive a dying mine. The show ran for 3 seasons before ending. Then, in March 2025, Todd shocked fans by announcing on social media that he had acquired a new gold mine in the Yukon, with plans to purchase another. The announcement reignited speculation. Was Todd preparing for a grand return to Gold Rush? Or was this the next chapter of his independent journey? Only time will tell. I've spent so much time in the Yukon in my career, but now, those words sum up Dave Turin's long, winding journey in the mining world. Unlike Todd and many other cast members, Dave wasn't a novice when he first appeared on Gold Rush. He had years of professional experience. As a trained mining engineer, and had already worked with major mining companies. Before joining reality television, Dave's expertise immediately set him apart. He first appeared on the show as a consultant and advisor, particularly to Todd Hoffman's struggling crew. Whenever operations ran into trouble, whether technical breakdowns, efficiency issues, or production failures, Dave was often the one called in to solve the problem. His knowledge of mining processes made him an indispensable asset. Unlike some of the more flamboyant cast members, Dave approached the show with professionalism. His personal life remained mostly private. He is married and has children, but he deliberately kept his family away from the limelight, focusing on his work. This decision highlighted one of the biggest challenges miners face: balancing grueling work schedules with home life. Eventually, Dave branched out on his own. His idea was unique. He wanted to investigate and revive abandoned mining sites. With his experience, he believed he could determine why previous operations had failed and whether those sites could be profitable again. This mission not only made for compelling television, but also showcased his problem-solving abilities. Dave has since been involved in multiple Gold Rush productions and continues to consult on mining projects beyond television. In the industry, he is highly respected for his ability to turn struggling operations into success stories. For many fans, Dave Turin represents the professional, steady side of gold mining. And if you don't get them in, carpets will freeze solid on you. Then it's a real pain in the ass. That line is classic Freddie. Dodge straightforward, technical, and filled with hard-earned wisdom. Freddie is one of the most skilled equipment operators and mechanics ever to appear on Gold Rush. His reputation as the Gold Rush mechanic comes from his unmatched ability to repair, modify, and optimize mining machinery. Freddie's background is steeped in hands-on experience with heavy machinery and gold recovery systems. He first appeared on the show not as a permanent cast member, but as a consultant, swooping in whenever crews faced impossible equipment breakdowns or poor gold recovery rates. His deep understanding of wash plants, excavators, and specialized equipment made him invaluable. Many seasons featured dramatic moments where a struggling crew was saved only because Freddie figured out what no one else could. His mechanical genius earned him a loyal fan base. Viewers admired not only his skill, but also his steady problem-solving demeanor. When others panicked, Freddie rolled up his sleeves and found a way. Outside of mining, Freddie is a devoted family man. He has been married for many years and is a proud father and grandfather. On rare occasions, family members have appeared on the show, giving viewers a glimpse into his personal life. Unlike some miners who struggle with balance, Freddie has worked hard to stay present for his family despite the demands of mining. In January 2021, Freddie earned his own spin-off series, Gold Rush: Freddie Dodge's Mine Rescue. In this show, Freddie traveled to struggling mining operations, using his expertise to help them improve efficiency and profitability. The series cemented his status as not just a mechanic, but a mentor and teacher in the mining world. Today, Freddie continues mining, consulting, and starring in various Gold Rush productions, all while running his own mining business. Gotta get some pay. That simple phrase sums up Jack Hoffman's dedication. As Todd Hoffman's father, Jack was one of the original cast members when Gold Rush first hit television screens. His experience, wisdom, and sheer determination brought a powerful dynamic to the show. Jack's background is diverse. He served in the military and worked in different fields, but before Gold Rush, he had no direct mining experience. Like his son, he was starting from scratch. In the early days, Jack made mistakes, but his persistence paid off. Over time, he learned the ins and outs of mining, becoming a reliable part of the team. One of the most compelling elements of Jack's presence was the father-son relationship with Todd. Viewers loved watching the generational clash. Todd's boundless optimism often clashed with Jack's military-honed realism. While Todd dreamed big, Jack kept him grounded, offering practical advice and caution when needed. Jack's marriage has remained strong throughout the years, though tensions occasionally arose within the family, adding drama to the show. During his time on Gold Rush, Jack filled multiple roles: equipment operator, camp manager, and even handyman, adapting to whatever the operation required. Despite his age, he showed incredible willingness to learn new skills and try new machinery. For many fans, Jack Hoffman became the heart of the original crew, symbolizing resilience and dedication. He gave his all to support his son's dream, even when success seemed out of reach. After Season 8, Jack and Todd left Gold Rush, marking the end of their television mining career. Their departure closed a chapter that fans had followed closely for years. Since leaving the show, Jack has returned to a more private life, stepping away from the constant camera spotlight. However, he does not disappear entirely. He occasionally makes appearances in Gold Rush specials or updates that focus on the Hoffman family and their continued ventures. One of the most influential figures in the series was John Schnabel, often referred to as the Big Nugget. John played an instrumental role in Parker Schnabel's mining education. Remember Parker Schnabel? John was the one who birthed and trained Parker to become one of the youngest, brightest minds in the entire mining industry. With decades of hands-on mining experience in Alaska, John owned and operated the famous Big Nugget mine. He possessed deep knowledge of mining conditions, machinery, and techniques. Every time he appeared on the show, he not only demonstrated traditional mining methods, but also explained the history behind modern techniques. John was married and had a large, loving family. This included Parker and other grandchildren, many of whom were occasionally featured on Gold Rush. Family was meaningful to John, and he took pride in passing down his hard-earned mining wisdom to the next generation. His role as patriarch of the Schnabel mining family was evident in how he interacted with Parker and other relatives working at the Big Nugget mine. More than just a miner, John was a mentor, a leader, and a man who embodied the spirit of resilience. Sadly, John Schnabel passed away in 2016 at the remarkable age of 96. His death marked the end of an era in mining history. The Schnabel family mourned the loss of both a legend and a beloved relative. Yet his legacy continues, carried forward through Parker's success and the ongoing operation of the mining claims that John developed over his lifetime. Then there is Monica Beets. In her own words, she once said, "You really don't have a choice. I want family on that. To me, that's important." Monica, the daughter of the legendary Tony Beets, has shown that for her. Mining operations are not just a business. They feel like a family heirloom, a tradition to be preserved and expanded. Monica represents a new generation of mining, one that does not exclude or discriminate based on gender. Growing up surrounded by her father's extensive Yukon mining empire, she learned the business from childhood through hands-on experience rather than theory. From helping out in her younger years to gradually taking on bigger roles, Monica's appearances on Gold Rush reveal her transformation from helper to skilled operator. She has worked in every corner of the family operations, from managing equipment to taking on leadership responsibilities. Though Monica has dated a few times, the heavy demands of mining leave little room for her to fully explore her romantic life. These struggles, when televised, give viewers an honest look at how miners often battle to balance personal lives with relentless work schedules. On the job, Monica has proven herself time and again. She skillfully operates heavy machinery like excavators and wash plants, earning the respect of her fellow miners. Her competence and determination demonstrate that gender should never restrict anyone from chasing their dreams. Today, Monica continues to play an active role in the Beets family mining business and remains a regular presence on Gold. Her brother, Kevin Beets, followed a similar path. Known as the first-year mine boss, Kevin spent 5 months amassing valuable experience early on. Like Monica, Kevin began as a young helper but quickly grew into an essential part of his family's mining empire. Learning from Tony's decades of experience in the Yukon, Kevin started contributing at a young age. By the time he reached adulthood, he was already leading crews and taking charge of primary operations. Kevin's climb through the leadership hierarchy fascinated viewers. His steady growth became one of the show's compelling storylines. Unlike many others on the show, Kevin keeps his personal life almost entirely private. He prefers to focus on professional achievements rather than publicizing his personal interests. Still, his work speaks volumes. Kevin has proven himself as a capable leader who brings in results. With time, he is expected to inherit a large portion of the Beets family mining empire. He is no longer just Tony's son. He is Kevin Beets, star of Gold Rush in his own right. Another familiar face is Chris Dumit. Todd Hoffman once picked up another wash plant and wanted to run to crews at once, and Chris was right there to make it happen. Before joining the show, Chris worked in construction and other physically demanding labor jobs, experiences that prepared him for the grueling world of mining. Strength is essential in this line of work, and Chris had plenty of it. But more importantly, he had the willingness to learn. Chris adapted quickly, blending in with the crews and taking on some of the most physically exhausting tasks. He was not afraid to get his hands dirty, whether it meant running equipment or performing heavy manual labor. Brennan Rouault brought youthful energy when he first appeared on Gold Rush as part of Parker Schnabel's crew. Although he had worked a variety of jobs before, mining was completely new to him, and fans wondered whether he would last. At first, Brennan's enthusiasm seemed to fuel the crew, but over time, escalating tensions between him and Parker created friction. Brennan eventually decided to leave Parker's crew, explaining that being angry half the time was unsustainable and created a toxic work environment, seeking a fresh start. Brennan joined Rick Ness's crew in Season 12, where he rediscovered his passion for operating heavy machinery. By Season 15, Brennan had transitioned again, this time to work alongside Kevin Beets' crew. Interestingly, Parker and Brennan eventually reconciled, putting old disagreements behind them. Brennan's personal life has also been shown occasionally on the series, particularly the way mining impacted his relationships and plans. Mining, after all, is not an easy career for anyone hoping to maintain a stable love life. After leaving the show, Brennan chose a quieter life. He now resides in Alberta, Canada, with his partner Wendy Keith and stepson Pisto. Family time is a priority for him, and he enjoys simple joys, such as riding his Harley-Davidson snowmobiling and supporting Pisto's hockey games. Mitch Blaschke is another standout figure, known for his expertise as both an equipment operator and mechanic. Mitch originally worked with Todd Hoffman's crew before later joining Parker. His pre-show experience with heavy machinery made him an invaluable asset. Mitch could operate equipment, repair it on the spot, and stabilize situations when things looked grim. He often saved the crew valuable time with quick fixes. Yet his contributions sometimes went unnoticed. Outside of work, Mitch is a devoted family man. He is married to Haley Blaschke, and together they have a daughter. Though he generally maintains a low public profile, he occasionally shares glimpses of his family life on social media. In Season 8, Mitch suffered a setback when a serious go-kart accident left him with a broken arm. Yet true to his resilient nature, he recovered and returned to work. He remains part of Parker Schnabel's team to this day, proving his worth time and again with unmatched technical expertise. Jim Thurber, meanwhile, has been part of the Gold Rush journey since Season 1, originally a sheet metal fabricator and safety supervisor. Jim joined the Hoffmans as their crew safety officer and equipment operator. He was not a trained miner at first, but his dedication, work ethic, and willingness to learn made him indispensable. Jim took responsibility for ensuring safety protocols were followed during the team's most dangerous operations, known for his humor and loyalty. Jim initially joined mining to provide financial stability for his family. He stood by Todd Hoffman through ventures across Alaska, the Klondike, and even Guyana. After Todd left Gold Rush in Season 8, Jim also stepped away. But when Todd returned with Hoffman Family Gold in 2022, Jim rejoined the team, once again serving as safety coordinator and equipment operator. His loyalty and experience keep him deeply involved in mining to this day. Hunter Hoffman, Todd's son, represents the younger generation of miners on the show. Growing up surrounded by mining, he saw firsthand the challenges his family faced, especially during their early years of inexperience. Hunter first appeared on Gold Rush in Season 6 and continued until Season 8, gradually learning the ropes. His appearances revealed both his excitement for the business and his struggles to adapt to the physically demanding lifestyle. After the Hoffman crew left in Season 8, Hunter stepped away from both mining and television for a time. However, in 2022, he returned with Hoffman Family Gold. This time, Hunter took on greater responsibilities, not just operating machinery, but also helping with strategic decision-making. Passionate about modernizing the mining business, Hunter has hinted at expanding into ventures beyond traditional mining. When Gold Rush premiered on the Discovery Channel in December, 2010, originally titled Gold Rush. Alaska showcased a new side of Alaska, one filled with grit, risk, and unexpected rewards. The timing was perfect, following the 2008 financial crisis. Many Americans were questioning their future as traditional career paths collapsed. The show's premise was straightforward. Follow real families and crews as they attempt to mine for gold in some of the harshest environments on Earth. This was also a time when blue-collar work was regaining glamour in pop culture. Viewers loved watching hardworking men take on dangerous but honest labor. With gold prices soaring, the idea of striking it rich fascinated audiences. Produced by Raw TV in partnership with Discovery Channel, Gold Rush faced incredible logistical challenges filming in remote areas of Alaska and the Yukon, yet the risk paid off. The show's success spawned multiple spin-offs, including Gold Rush, Whitewater, Gold Rush, The Dirt, and Gold Rush, Mine Rescue. What made Gold Rush stand out was its commitment to authenticity. The production team avoided forced storytelling and let the natural drama of mining play out. The result? A massive hit. The show quickly dominated ratings, ranking among Discovery's top programs for men ages 18 to 49 and 18 to 34. At its peak, Gold Rush pulled over 1 million viewers per episode, becoming Discovery's most popular show. Contrary to rumors of its end, as of April 18, 2025, a total of 402 episodes have aired, including 2 miniseries. From its first season at Porcupine Creek to its most recent Season 15 finale on January 10, 2025, Gold Rush continues to captivate audiences. Fans eagerly await news of the next season. The cast itself has transformed over the years. Parker Schnabel, once a teenage apprentice under his grandfather John, is now one of the most successful gold miners in the series. Todd Hoffman, the show's original lead, left in Season 8 but returned with Hoffman Family Gold alongside his son, Hunter. Tony Beets, known for his blunt personality, continues to run one of the show's largest mining operations, with his daughter Monica proving that women can thrive in a male-dominated field. Ultimately, Gold Rush tells stories of resilience, of individuals who refuse to accept the limited conditions life handed them. These miners evolved alongside their fortunes, and their struggles and triumphs continue to inspire viewers worldwide. This, more than gold itself, is what makes Gold Rush so appealing.